I love fall. Not because of pumpkin spice lattes, or the color of the trees, or football games. I mean, I like those things, but I love fall because of the fishing. The fewer hours of daylight and the drop in temperature at night trigger a feeding binge in many species of fish. Since their metabolism slows in the colder months, they need to fatten up for the winter. I drove to the lake yesterday, anticipating just such a spree, after the chilly nights we've been having this past week. And I did in fact encounter a fall feeding frenzy when I arrived, but it wasn't carp, which is what I was expecting to find gorging themselves. After setting up the carp rods and pouring myself a cup of coffee, I heard splashing along the shoreline to the left of me, and then to the right. I grabbed my coffee and polarized lenses and went to investigate. As I got closer to the splashing, I could see that something was crashing into schools of bait fish which were pinned to the shoreline. When I lived in California, I would eagerly look forward to October, when the threadfin shad would come into the shallows to lay their eggs on logs and docks and branches. But this lake has gizzard shad in it, and I was pretty sure they spawned in the spring. But as I looked closer, I could see that they were in fact shad, and I suspected a school of bass was hunting them down. I walked back and exchanged my coffee for my crappie rod, which was set up for Texas rigging night crawlers. In my hurry, I failed to notice the tangle of line at my rod tip, and so my first cast sent this giant night crawler 100 feet past the feeding school, no longer attached to my hook or line. Not wanting to walk all the way back to get another, I dropped my number 8 Gamakatsu bait holder hook in the middle of the school of shad and quickly snagged a beast of a shad. They're so much bigger than threadfin shad. I waited for the next splash, and as soon as it came, I flipped my live gizzard shad right on top of the swirl. There was an immediate sharp twitch of my line, and then my slack straightened out in seconds. I opened my bail and pulled out another 5 feet of slack. And when that straightened out, I leaned back and set the hook into a very ill-tempered bass which doubled over my 10-foot crappie pro. He would be the first of over 20 bass I caught throughout the day. I'm sure I could have caught twice as many, but I decided to focus on carp in the afternoon. I had left one carp rod in the water while fishing for bass, but every time the bite alarm sounded, I was hundreds of feet away, and by the time I got to the rod, the fish would be gone. I was fishing a large, shallow cove, just the kind of place where carp aren't supposed to be when the weather turns colder. But I remember during the summer, Bo said this place was choked with weeds, and I was thinking all those weeds should be dying off right now, and all that decomposing organic matter should attract the kind of natural fauna that carp like to eat. I wasn't wrong. The carp were definitely there, but there was such a mat of dead weeds on the lake bottom that it was difficult to fish. It will get better as the weeds continue to die off and decompose. And next time I'll make pop-ups to float just above the weeds. The fall feeding sprees don't last long, so dress warmly and go fish, and good luck out there.